Across the world, the stones of forgotten civilizations still whisper. From temples swallowed by jungle to ruins that defy engineering logic, the ancient world is full of questions. Questions we're still trying to answer. Why did the mighty Maya suddenly vanish? What secret made Roman concrete last for millennia? And how did Roman coins end up buried in Japan? Today, we journey through 8 of the most fascinating ancient enigmas still challenging modern science, mysteries that blur the line between what we know and what we think we know, that still poke holes in what we think we know, ending on a creature that might not even fit our family tree. Stick around, the last one is truly weird. 1. What happened to the ancient Maya? For over 2,000 years, the Maya civilization flourished across Central America, building vast stone cities, mapping the stars, and mastering mathematics and architecture. At their height, around 750 CE, the Maya population may have exceeded 10 million people. Then, almost overnight, it collapsed. By the 9th century, great cities like Tikal and Calakmul were abandoned, their temples left to the jungle. For decades, historians blamed war or invasion, but evidence now points to something deeper: climate. Sediment cores show centuries of severe drought, perhaps worsened by the Maya's own deforestation. Fewer trees meant less rainfall. Less rainfall meant failed crops. Add in civil unrest, overpopulation, and spiritual crisis, and the result was collapse. Yet the Maya didn't vanish completely. Their descendants still live across Mexico, Belize, and Guatemala, speaking Mayan languages and preserving ancient traditions. The civilization fell, but the people endured. If you're waiting for one big doom button, it's not that simple. Mega droughts, political fracture, over-farming, and war-pushing cities passed a tipping point. Society didn't vanish. It shifted. The shock is how fast sophisticated systems can unravel when several stresses hit at once. Why was Roman concrete so strong? More than 2,000 years later, Roman concrete still holds strong, their harbors and aqueducts surviving saltwater, earthquakes, and time itself. Modern engineers long wondered, how? In 2014, researchers discovered the secret. The Romans used volcanic ash from Mount Vesuvius, mixed with lime and seawater. When cracks formed, these lime clasts reacted with moisture to create new minerals, healing the concrete from within. Our modern concrete crumbles after a few decades. Theirs self-healed for centuries. Maybe ancient Rome wasn't just a civilization of warriors and philosophers, but materials scientists ahead of their time. Modern concrete cracks. Roman concrete heals. Their secret wasn't magic. It was hot mixed lime that formed tiny reactive clasts. When water seeped in, those clasts recrystallized and stitched the cracks shut. 2,000 years later, docks still stand. Sometimes old tech is advanced in a different direction. To sponsor this show or be part of this documentary, you can send me an email on the email in the comment section, or you support future documentaries and help uncover the forgotten stories of history. Buy me a coffee. Shadows of History series. Every contribution helps bring the past back to life. The link to buy me coffee is in the comment section, or you pause the video and write down the link. Thank you for being part of this community. Back to the mysteries. What are these Peruvian holes? Stretching across a barren plateau in southern Peru lies a formation so strange that even modern archaeologists can't fully explain it. Thousands of holes, each 1 meter wide and 2 meters deep, carved into the rocky earth. Locals call it Monte Sierpe, the Serpent Mountain. Over 6,000 of these holes line up in near-perfect rows across the desert. Were they storage pits for crops, a census system for collected goods, or part of an ancient mining operation? Some theories even suggest astronomical or ceremonial purposes, but there's no definitive evidence, no writings, no artifacts, just holes. An ancient pattern etched into the earth, still defying explanation. The band of holes near Pisco, thousands of pits marching across a desert slope like a barcode carved in stone. Storage? Accounting? A road marker? The layout suggests organization and labor, but the purpose is still debated. It's a to-do list from the past that never got a title. What does this 4,000-year-old comb say? In 2016, archaeologists unearthed a small ivory comb at Tel Lashish in modern-day Israel. It looked ordinary until researchers examined it under magnification. On it, carved in the earliest known alphabetic script, was a simple sentence: "May this tusk root out the lice of the hair and the beard." A 4,000-year-old prayer against lice. Proof that even in the Bronze Age, humans shared the same little frustrations, and a sense of humor that transcends millennia. This tiny comb didn't just scratch an itch. It gave us the oldest known written sentence in human history. A tiny ivory comb carries the oldest known full sentence in an alphabetic script. "May this tusk root out the lice of the hair and beard." It's practical, relatable, and revolutionary, writing not just for kings and epics, but for everyday annoyances. Humanity unchanged. How did we get to the Ryukyu Islands? Long before compasses or maps, humans journeyed across open seas. Recent discoveries show people reached the Ryukyu Islands between Japan and Taiwan more than 30,000 years ago. That's before the invention of agriculture, metal tools, or writing. To reach these islands, early humans had to cross over 100 kilometers of open ocean. Were they accidental castaways, or skilled navigators guided by stars and currents? Modern experiments suggest they might have built primitive rafts or bamboo boats. Whatever the case, this was one of humanity's earliest ocean crossings, proof that our ancestors weren't afraid to test the horizon. Strong currents, weak boats, yet people reached Okinawa long before compasses. Likely answer: island hopping with seasonal windows reading birds, stars, swells, and maybe being carried by the Kuroshio like a conveyor belt. Risk, skill, and patience can beat impossible maps. What did ancient perfume smell like? In a 4,000-year-old tomb in Cyprus, archaeologists found ceramic jars sealed with ancient oils. Inside were traces of myrrh, cinnamon, olive oil, and pine resin, the world's oldest known perfume factory. When scientists recreated the scent, it was rich, spicy, and sweet, a fragrance once worn by queens and used in sacred rituals. For a moment, the past didn't just speak to us through words or stone, but through smell. A reminder that the people of history weren't so different from us. They too cared about beauty, ritual, and the fleeting power of scent. Think resins, myrrh, cinnamon, balsam. Thick, smoky, honeyed. Archaeologists have recreated blends from residues in jars and texts. These scents weren't just fashion, medicine magic memory. One inhale, and you're in a temple lit by oil lamps. Why is there Roman coinage in Japan? In 2016, 4 bronze coins were found near Katsuren Castle on Okinawa Island, Japan, bearing the face of Emperor Constantine, minted in Rome over 1,500 years ago. The discovery stunned archaeologists. No record suggests direct contact between Rome and ancient Japan. So how did these coins travel across half the world? Perhaps they were traded along the Silk Road, passed through India, China, and finally to Japan centuries later. Or maybe they were brought much later by explorers who never knew their true origin. Whatever the path, these coins remind us that the ancient world was far more interconnected than we often imagine. Globalization didn't begin in the 20th century. It's been happening for thousands of years. In 2016, Roman coins turned up at Katsuren Castle in Okinawa. No, Rome didn't conquer the Pacific. More likely, centuries of trade chains, Silk Road sea lanes carried curios across hands and borders. The Ryukyu Islands brokered east-west flow long before global shipping containers. Final. What is the Tully monster? Deep in the shale of Illinois lies a creature unlike any other, the Tully monster, or Tullimonstrum gregarium. Discovered in the 1950s, it looked like something from science fiction. A long, torpedo-shaped body, eyes on stalks, and a trunk ending in a clawed mouth. For decades, scientists couldn't tell if it was a worm, a mollusk, or a fish. In 2016, some thought they'd solved it, calling it an ancient relative of lampreys. But later studies disagreed. To this day, its true identity remains uncertain. An evolutionary puzzle that refuses to fit neatly into the tree of life. It looks like a snorkel with eyes and a grabby mouth on a stick. Vertebrate? Invertebrate? Both camps have papers. The anatomy refuses to settle. The Tully monster is a fossilized reminder that nature doesn't care about our categories. So here's the hook I promised. The deeper we dig, the less the past feels distant, and the more it feels like a mirror. Every civilization leaves behind mysteries. Some we solve, others we only deepen. From the self-healing concrete of Rome to the lost cities of the Maya, each discovery reminds us how much we still don't know. Maybe the greatest mystery of all isn't what our ancestors built or believed, but how much of their story is still buried, waiting to be found. So keep asking, keep searching, because the past isn't gone. It's just waiting for us to listen. And tell me, which mystery should we solve next? Thanks for watching this video today on Channel Shadows of History series. My goal is to bring forgotten stories and hidden moments from the past back to life, to explore the parts of history that often stay in the shadows. Each episode takes a lot of research, writing, and editing to make sure every detail is right and every story is told with care. If you'd like to help me keep creating these documentaries and grow this channel, you can support Shadows of History series on Buy Me a Coffee. Your support helps me make more videos, dive deeper into research, and build stronger connections with viewers who love history as much as I do. Every bit of support, even one coffee, truly helps bring more stories from the shadows into the light. Thank you for watching, for sharing, and for being part of this journey.